And away we go, Monday, August 25th, 2025. I hope you are doing well. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Mine was all over the place, really. Traveled to Twin Falls, hence why Victor and I this morning, we had this back and forth type of conversation, whereas he was Team Rexburg. I don't know how Rexburg made its way into the mix. I think it's because I mentioned that I traveled to Twin Falls over the weekend, and then Victor's like, I'd rather go to Rexburg than ever go to Twin Falls, and so I made that a voting poll in the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal Facebook group, and sure enough, Twin Falls is killing it right now. In which place would you rather travel to? Twin Falls or Rexburg? You can't say neither. You have to travel to one. Twin Falls or Rexburg, and so, seems like Twin Falls is winning by a landslide. But anyway, traveled over there, did some shopping, got some cool picture frames. On Friday, before the weekend was even here, I had that first time ever professional massage, and luckily I didn't fall through the table. It was quite an experience. You know, you have to be quiet in that room. There's like the peaceful meditation music being played. The guy was asking me beforehand, hey, what essential oils do you want? I'm like, I don't know. Just pick something. Surprise me. He ended up with like lemongrass and peppermint, one of those smells. It was pretty good. It wasn't too bad. For some reason afterwards, I felt lightheaded and dizzy. I don't know why, but maybe it's something to do with like your body laying down for quite some time, or I don't know. I don't care about hearing the science behind it. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. You can go ahead and reach me there. And looking forward to this what I like to call anxiety week. It's where I freak out and I start cleaning everything. I start preparing everything for the week off next week. Friday, I will not be in studio. Friday, August 29th is my birthday. And so I'm celebrating by just not being at work and instead flying home to go see my family, to go see my actual friends, go see everyone from, that I grew up with, essentially. Very excited for that. I won't be back in studio till September 8th, Monday, September 8th. So it's going to be a fun time. Anyway, Peach's Pit Party will continue here in just a few on K-Bear 101. Every time I go to the drive-thru and I get somewhat aggravated that it's taking forever or the line's extremely long, and I say in my head, this used to be what I had to do. And I shouldn't get mad because you never know what's going on inside the restaurant. When I worked at In-N-Out Burger, it was one of the most stressful jobs just because there was constant, and I mean constant micromanagement, constant aggravations, constant, like, imagine you're in the drive-thru and you're trying to take someone's order, and in your ear the entire time, you just hear, move the cars up, close the gap. Close the gap. It's extremely annoying. It's like you're trying to hear the customer, be friendly to them, and someone's just screaming in your ear. I think I took the headset off multiple times, but this one lady went viral. I forgot exactly when. She's a 25-year-old single mother from Columbia, South Carolina. There was a video of her running a Burger King restaurant by herself. She was cooking food, taking orders, running the drive-thru, cleaning all by herself. She was nicknamed the Burger King Mom. And as she went viral, Burger King addressed her 12-hour shift working alone. It released a statement. At Burger King, it is our policy that all company and franchise-owned restaurants require more than one team member to be working per shift. We are working with the franchisee of this location to understand what happened and take any necessary action. Well, despite the praise and fame, I think it's Nikia is her name, Nikia, said she was later sacked for being late due to her children. She said, Burger King fired me because I've been late because of my kids. My kids come first. Y'all don't pay me for no babysitter or nothing. That's what it says right there. Well, Burger King has now responded to her getting fired. They told the New York Post that the decision to fire Nikia was made by the franchise owner, not the company. So I wonder what's going to happen now, because this is now getting national news. Is she going to want to go back? I wouldn't think so. I think someplace will probably pay her more money elsewhere, and she'll be much happier. I should have kicked off the show with this whole thing about Darla the Wonder Dog. If you're not familiar with Darla, basically, Darla the Wonder Dog was Lou Brutus's sidekick, co-captain, co-pilot, best friend, most importantly. She has passed away at the age of 14 years old, and, if you ever listened to Lou or followed him on social media, you would know that Darla the Wonder Dog was almost in every single photo. Like I mentioned, best friend of Lou Brutus, and 14 years old is an old age, but also like Darla fought to the very end from what it seems like. I was, oh no, it's not 14, 16. Against all odds, she celebrated her 16th birthday in March of this year after a long life beset with many serious physical ailments. Is what it says here from Lou's post. These included a cancer diagnosis 4 years ago for which she endured surgeries, radiation, and chemotherapy. Darla fought through it all without complaint, triumphed far beyond what we could hope for. But the cancer recently reappeared, became too much, and unfortunately we lost Darla the Wonder Dog. I mean, there was so much merch, so many guitar picks made with Darla the Wonder Dog on them. Luckily, I was able to get a few when Lou came to visit. Was it 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago or last year? I think it was 2 years ago. He came to visit 2 years ago. That's right. Wait a minute. Was it 2 years ago? I'm losing my mind. Ice Nine Kills Mountain America Center 2024. I'm going to look up 2024 to see if it was that. It was last year, so I'm not going crazy. Okay, yeah. August 27th, 2024. He showed up to be on stage with us at that tour. That's right, because like shortly after that is the 1 year anniversary of me shaving my head completely. I forgot. That was a weird time. It was a very weird time, but you know, Lou was here, and there was a lot of people even that were wondering if he was going to bring Darla the Wonder Dog with him to Idaho Falls, just to kind of be like there with him. But we got a lot of listeners got guitar picks from him with Darla the Wonder Dog on him. There was also there's also tons of touring bands out there with Darla the Wonder Dog on guitar picks and T-shirts. So I mean, a lot of bands have Darla right there with them in a way, you know. So it really does suck. If you follow Lou on social media, or if you don't, please go to his page and send your condolences to him. I feel like he's incredibly hurt right now. And of course, the legendary Lou Brutus. I mean, he loved Darla. I mean, really, he loved her, and he even updated his profile picture and cover photo to be black to kind of be a sign of mourning. So please send your condolences to Lou Brutus and the rest of the Brutus family for losing Darla the Wonder Dog. Earlier today, we began the noon hour of madness and mayhem with the first Muddled Vein contest to see who could solve the jumbled up track from Mudvayne. I wish I had it pulled up here. Can I get it pulled up? Let's see. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, let me just go ahead and turn this music bed down and instead just play. That was Happy from Mudvayne, all jumbled up. Shout out to listener Mike for guessing it correctly. It was pretty funny. We went down a few calls. We went down the lines here until finally Mike got it correctly. And tomorrow, hopefully, it'll be easier. We'll have somebody become caller 20, get the answer correctly, win those tickets. If you guess it incorrectly, we move on to somebody else, all right? Tickets to go see Mudvayne Static X vended live at the Portneuf Health Trust Amphitheater on Friday, October 3rd. Solve the Muddled Vein contest again tomorrow with us here on K-Bear 101. The Cincinnati Bengals have earned a reputation for being cheap, even though the franchise is worth $4.1 billion with a B, billion. And the NFL is generating revenue at a staggering rate. The Bengals always seem to be battling with players over contract issues. Their reputation was reinforced once again when Bengals quarterback legend Boomer, how do you say his last name? I feel like Justin's going to kill me for mispronouncing this last name here. Justin from 105 The Hawk. He's a huge Bengals fan. Boomer Esiason explained that the team invited him to attend this year's Ring of Honor ceremony in October, but didn't offer airfare and hotel. They did, though, offer him a discounted hotel room and 2 complimentary tickets for the game, along with an option to buy another ticket. Major League Baseball is shaking up where fans watch the game. The league is finalizing a 3-year deal that will result in games being broadcast on ESPN, NBC, NBC Sports, and Netflix. It looks like NBC will take over Sunday games and wild card playoffs. Netflix will stream the home run derby, and ESPN will handle a bunch of national midweek games. Just like other sports, baseball fans will have to pay attention game to game to see what sorts of stuff is available on different networks. And the long wait for college football is over. On Saturday, we got to see real games. Only 4 games were played. No superpower teams were involved, but Kansas State and Iowa State played in Dublin, Ireland, which is cool, I guess. To ramp up enthusiasm for the upcoming season, USA Today ranked the best stadiums in the sport. We'll talk about a few of these here. I'll run down to the top 10. Feel free to disagree. Number 5, Memorial Stadium, Clemson. Number 4, Autzen Stadium for Oregon. Number 3, Ohio Stadium, Ohio State, of course. Penn State, Beaver Stadium, number 2. And number 1, Tiger Stadium, home of LSU, or LSU's home, whatever, however you want to call it. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. I love when people put extra effort into things they're passionate about. About a month ago, the game Donkey Kong Bonanza was released for the Nintendo Switch 2. It's a big title, and Nintendo wanted to make sure to get things right before making it available to millions of Switch 2 owners. So during a recent interview, some of the game's developers described just how far they went in their quest for perfection. They were trying to record a sound effect of a smashed watermelon. It was tough because watermelons at the time were out of season. None of the smashing sounded right. So the team delayed the recording for months, waiting for watermelons to be in season. It paid off because the in-season watermelons provided the sound they wanted, and now the special sound, that special sound is in the game. That's a Rockstar move if I've ever heard one. Rockstar. I cannot wait for Grand Theft Auto 6 to be put out there to see how crazy it's going to be. I mean, there's always these rumors popping up about Grand Theft Auto 6 online. You don't know what to believe. There's always these gaming pages saying, well, I think GTA 6 is going to allow your Spotify playlists on the radio stations instead of them choosing the music for you. That would be a tough thing to do. Most people, for some reason, just believe that. They believe anything they see on Facebook nowadays. We've talked about this plenty of times, those AI-generated articles and pictures and all of that. Put out a fake article about how Peaches from K-Bear did something. All of a sudden, everyone in the K-Bear Rock audience will go, like, oh, cool, and then, share it. Or even worse, it's a bad article about me. Anyway, I thought that was pretty neat to talk about. Let's move on here to the pretty wild button eyes on Peach's Pit Party. Now, I'm not sure about the incredibility of this article, but I find it funny nonetheless. It's from brobible.com. Again, what a reliable source, right? Well, this guy in Oregon is catfishing dudes on dating apps, getting them to send GPS coordinates to their favorite fishing spots, and then making videos of fishing those spots. Imagine trying to explain that to someone from the year 1800. Somebody found my private fishing spot. How dare they? Like they own the land, People are very private about that. For some reason, guys are just willing to give up the GTS coordinates to their favorite fishing spots when they believe they are talking to a woman on Hinge. This guy's not only catfishing them, he's also just, ruining what they like to do most. I would say that's a sincere genius of the day, which, by the way, you can hear that segment every so often at 6:45 a.m. on The Victor Wilt Show. Peach's Pit Party here on K-Bear 101, Idaho's only rock station. If you've ever experienced unadulterated anger, hate, or disgust with someone for absolutely just no reason, there's a French term for this that I'm not going to try to repeat just because, well, I'm going to severely butcher it and it might come out way worse. It might come out like a bad word, kind of, and I got to dump myself, Basically, the overall French term means a head made for slapping. And that question was posed on the Reddit sub Pop Culture Chat for what celebrity do you hate for no good reason? And some of the answers are surprising and hilarious. Like, for example, Nick Jonas because he has used the same facial expression in all of his selfies for years. My husband despises Claire Danes, whoever that is, because she always looks like she's about to cry. Someone said, I've disliked Justin Timberlake since I was like 6 because I thought his hair looked like cauliflower. Keith Urban, his hair enrages me. Why? The dude's got great hair. Chris Pratt seems really likable until he started saying things that weren't written by others. Oh, okay. Someone said, I find Benson Boone insufferably annoying for absolutely no reason. He's probably a cool dude. I said I hated his music and stuff, and then I watched that music video, put a reaction video on our YouTube channel at KBear101RMG, and sure enough, that music video was funny. He had some good jokes in there. I gained some respect for him. But there's been times where people have gotten mad about me for saying, like one guy was all upset. He's like, I don't like Peaches at all. I change the station every time he hops on the air. And I asked him why, and he said, it's because I didn't like your whole thing about how you have to add things to coffee in order to make it taste better. And I'm like, that's what you got mad at? I apologize completely. Like, I didn't realize that was such a offensive thing to say. I still feel the same way about that situation. Coffee, the overall taste of it is not good. It's just people want to drink it to get the caffeine. People don't. I don't think for the most part people drink coffee because they like the taste, and the smell of it is awful too. But I might have to ask this question for to Peach their own. What celebrity does that? What celebrity do you hate for no good reason? 208-535-1015. I'll ask that during the 4 p.m. hour. So Cracker Barrel finally responded to backlash following their rebrand, and they gave out the most generic response ever. Listen to this. While our logo and remodels may be making headlines, our bigger focus is still right where it belongs, in the kitchen and on your plate. That's all they said from what I see here. Like, there's nothing else about, like, they're going to address, like, well, maybe, like, hey, we saw all the negative feedback, and we're going to stick to having our restaurants be the way that they are, change the logo back. I don't know. Maybe say something along the lines of that. But maybe the CEO is just dead set in her ways on making it the new Cracker Barrel, and we'll see how it turns out for them. But at least the one in Boise is not changing. According to Justin Pierce of 105 The Hawk, he went to the Boise Cracker Barrel. I don't know if he just went to Boise for the Cracker Barrel or if he was there for a concert, something like that. But he posted it on the 105 The Hawk Facebook page saying, let's go, no changes at the Boise Cracker Barrel. And in the comments, I think he explained even further, saying he asked the server, and she said only 30 are getting that makeover with less decorations on the walls and that really dull gray paint. Not getting the makeover, and Boise probably won't be. Only 30 of them are getting the makeover. Boise probably won't be one of them. It was packed in there. So the Boise Cracker Barrel still staying traditional. What was the whole point of me talking about this? I was going to talk about this and then lead into something else. Oh, that's right. Hooters, for some reason. Now I'm seeing here. The Hooters, the people over at Hooters said, hey, we're no longer going to have our waitresses wear skimpy shorts. Says their butt cheeks won't be hanging out anymore. All right. But, no pun intended, but they did say, it still says in their job postings that they still require servers to maintain glamorous hairstyling and ability to maintain attractive fit and image. Well, obviously my hair is fantastic. Just kidding, I'm bald. And there's definitely no ability to maintain attractive fit and image. So, well, I guess I won't be working at Hooters at all. Here's Muse unraveling on Peach's Pit Party. Okay, so just recently there was the to Peach their own question that I asked. It was like, what phrase bugs you for some reason? Something along the lines of that. And for me recently, there's been another one added to that list. And that is, here's what you need to know, or here's what to know. Do I really need to know something about something like this? It says here's an article. You ready for this one? Labor Day 2025 is around the corner. Here's what to know. Do we really need to know anything other than the fact it is Labor Day coming up a week from today, Monday, September 1st? I honestly completely forget about Labor Day until it gets very close to Labor Day, and then I get reminded, oh yeah, that's right. There's a 3-day weekend for this building at least, and a lot of people around the country. It seems that all the stores are in fact open except for one. That's Costco. Costco workers get the day off on Monday. So if you want to go to Costco, make sure to go on Saturday when everyone else is going. It's one of my least favorite things around here. Having to go shop on a Saturday, go around the herds of people, I feel bad. Every time I'm behind someone who's leaning on their shopping cart, walking as slow as possible, I always make a big deal about it. If I get stuck behind them and I intentionally walk as fast as I can down a separate aisle to go around them, that type of thing. Target, Walgreens, and Walmart, they'll be open September 1st on Labor Day. Costco will be the only one closed. And then I saw something about, is Taco Bell going to be open on Labor Day? Starbucks and Taco Bell will both be open to serve customers on September 1st, okay? Other chains will have, those various hours. When you go on Google and it says hours may be different because it's Labor Day, hours may differ, that type of thing. And then you show up to the place and they're closed. Most places are going to be open, which sucks because it's Labor Day. You want to celebrate Labor Day by not working. So for those who will be working on Labor Day, we appreciate you. I will not be here next week at all. So I'll be taking my Labor Week, if you will. Now, I mentioned it during the Shot Clock Sports Update that college football is back. We had our first weekend of games. There were some teams that played, but it's at least started. It's not in full swing right now, but pretty soon it will be. The NFL will start in about a week and a half. September 4th, I believe, is the first day of games. I got to make sure my lineup is all set and ready to go then for my fantasy football team. I'm not the type of guy to watch football all day on a Sunday. I remember going off on one of my friends because I was talking to another friend on Xbox, and I was like, hey, when is so-and-so getting online? And my other friend was like, well, it's football. There's football on TV. I'm like, yeah, so? I'm like, are you really going to sit there and watch those games all day? I'm not understanding as to why you'd want to do such a thing. Don't waste a Sunday by just watching football all day. I mean, I'm a sports fanatic, but you won't catch me watching multiple full games on TV like it's my favorite TV show. I'd much rather go do something else than ever watch four full games of football because I'm such a fanatic of the sport. No. Nothing like that. And I was looking here at this whole thing about how people are scheduling things around football games. I would get if you're scheduling around your kid's football game, but if you're hey, sorry, I can't hang out, I'm going to watch the Bengals play, that's a little silly. And by silly, I mean that's dumb, okay? Unless you invite your friends to go watch the game at Buffalo Wild Wings, you enjoy your time, that's reasonable. But if you're yeah, I'm going to turn off my phone and just sit here and watch multiple football games all day and ignore everybody, and you do that every Sunday, jeez, I don't know. It seems dumb to me, but to each their own, I guess. Well, I couldn't necessarily find anything that was wow, that's crazy. I mean, I already talked about it on Friday, the story of the vegan firefighter that had to get rid of the flame that was burning up a meat truck on her first day. A vegan firefighter had to put out this giant fire that was burning up 40,000 pounds of smoked meat after a tractor trailer full of raw ribeye steaks caught on fire. Yeah, there was that story I talked about on Friday. You can listen to that episode of Peach's Pit Party anywhere you find your podcasts or anywhere you get your podcasts, anywhere podcasts can be found, or at riverbendmediagroup.com/podcasts. Anyway, something to taco about. See what I did there? Well, here we go. Culinary students in Mexico have managed to break not one, not two, but 3 world records as they attempted to serve the most tacos in 1 hour. The team of 100 culinary students used a record-breaking 23-foot frying pan to make what would wound up being the world's largest stir-fry at this year's La Discada Festival. La Discada Festival, is that how you say it? The cooks in training managed to chef up and serve a whopping 13,215 tacos in 1 hour using a recipe called La Discada, containing sausage, beef, pork, bacon, tomatoes, peppers, onions, and beer. The record-breaking stir-fry took 3 minutes and 40 seconds. 3 minutes and 40 minutes to cook up. Is that supposed to say 40 seconds? It says 3 minutes and 40 minutes. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to cook up over a wood fire and yielded 5,331 pounds of food. That was more than enough to feed the festival's 10,000 attendees, leaving several hundred leftover tacos to donate to local food banks. tacos, one of those foods that I could eat nonstop and I don't know, not feel full. I mean, I just love tacos. It's one of those foods where I feel like I could have a slight chance of beating Joey Chestnut in a food eating competition. Now, I didn't realize it was going to be that difficult to try to guess the whole Muddled Vein song of the day. Do I have it still pulled up here? I thought I did. I thought I had that file open. All right, here was the Muddled Vein song of the day. That Muddled Vein song of the day was guessed correctly on the 5th caller, the 25th caller, Mike. He was able to get on the phone again with us. He already guessed incorrectly the first time, but then he finally got back on the air with us and guessed Happy from Mudvayne as the Muddled Vein song of the day. What you got to do is listen out for that cue to call. We gave it out at the top of the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem earlier. Listen out for that cue to call. Be caller 20 when you do. And then when you're caller 20, you have to guess the song correctly. Like I said, it wasn't until the 25th caller. That's when we finally got somebody to guess it correctly. Mudvayne, Happy. Shout out to Mike. He won himself tickets to go see Mudvayne, Static X, and Vended live at the Portneuf Health Trust Amphitheater on Friday, October 3rd. As I've mentioned on the air plenty of times that I'm planning on going back home on vacation to go see the fam and all of that. So usually the week prior, like this week, I am really busy at home cleaning up everything, trying my best to just put my apartment the cleanest it can be, make my apartment the cleanest it can be. And so I most likely will have to look into the fridge and see what exactly I need to get rid of. I haven't really put many groceries in my refrigerator in quite some time, which is a sad thing to say, but for the most part, I'm one of those weird people where I go to the grocery store like the day that I want to make something and then go make it at home. Like right as I'm out of here, I go to the grocery store, get the ingredients I need for the dish, and then take it home, make it, repeat the cycle, right? But even if you're good about cleaning out your fridge, there are probably some condiments that have been in there for quite some time, like my fridge. Like, there's a whole thing of condiments just in case I need them. They're right there, ready to go, whether it's a jar of capers that expired 5 years ago or a bottle of fish sauce you used once in a recipe and forgot about. There are definitely some things in your fridge that could use an inspection. And for some reason, this whole ranker.com thing popped up of the condiments people have had in their fridge the longest. Yellow mustard was number 1, and I have 3 different mustards. I am now one of those mustard connoisseurs where I'm trying to like have different types of mustard available, just in case you have that one friend that's like, oh, I only eat stone ground mustard with my summer sausage. Or what's the one that I really liked from the Beaver brand? I think it was called Sweet Heat Mustard. I have a bottle of that. I just have a bottle of regular mustard as well. Also, people keep salad dressing at number 2 on this list here of condiments people have had in their fridge the longest. A wide variety of salad dressings. Ranch, Catalina, Thousand Island, honey mustard. The list goes on. Balsamic vinaigrette's one of my favorites. I think I always have a bottle of balsamic in my fridge. Soy sauce at number 3. Are you supposed to put soy sauce in the fridge? I think I have mine in there. Pickles. I love having pickles in my fridge. They're a good snack, but on my burger, I don't like pickles whatsoever on my burger. Only ever like them separately as a snack. All right. I still have that jar of stuff from when I pickled eggs recently. I need to toss those. That reminds me. All right. It's time for To Peach Their Own. I went ahead and, decided on the question that I talked about earlier on the show. What celebrity do you hate for no good reason? I thought there would be an answer like this. Stuart put most of them, which, okay, fair enough. I'm also assuming I'll see Taylor Swift on this list. Kim Kardashian, Kanye, the stereotypical few. Cardi B, Somebody did write Peaches and then said, just kidding, or am I? So shout out to that person. 208-535-1015. What celebrity do you hate for no good reason? Let me know for To Peach Their Own. It is time for To Peach Their Own. Today's question, I discussed it earlier on the show. What celebrity do you hate for no good reason whatsoever? Rachel just put Jim Carrey, Nicolas Cage, Vin Diesel. I wonder why exactly. Just why. She probably just sees them and goes, ugh, gross. Lori, Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise. all the Kardashians. Well, the Kardashians, I mean, there's somewhat of a reason. They got famous because of, well, practically nothing. Their dad was a lawyer back in the day. He was OJ's lawyer. She got famous off, Kim got famous off a particular tape. And, well, she also was like Paris Hilton's assistant for quite some time. Stewart put Pete Davidson, Jake Paul Reiser. He was such a terrible person in Aliens. I'm censoring myself because he put an acronym in there I can't repeat on the air. He was such a terrible person in Aliens. I can't stand him in anything else. Same goes for Ian Holmes. I think that's his name. Ash in Alien is what he said. No one. The ones I hate have very good reasons. From Jalen, 208-535-1015. What celebrity do you hate for no good reason? Let me know. K-Bear, how's it going?
Not too bad.
James, what celebrity do you hate for no good reason at all?
Fred Durst.
No, why do you hate Limp Bizkit?
Screw his hat.
Fair
Everybody
enough.
that wears that stupid flat-billed hat, no.
K-Bear, what's going on?
Not much, Peaches. How are you, man?
I'm doing fantastic. What celebrity do you hate for no good reason?
He has since deceased, but I'm going to say the lead singer of Queen. Can't stand that guy.
Freddie Mercury. Really can't stand him. That's weird.
I can't stand that band. And then the lead singer of Journey, whoever that guy was.
Steve Perry's awesome. I got to say, the replacement guy, and they keep branding that as Journey. That's what irritates me.
Yeah. I just can't handle those two guys.
That's why the segment's called To Peach Their Own, because you never know what someone is going to say or what answer someone is going to say. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.